paralysis as an ability. So.
Well, damn! I don't even know the spell.
Huzzah! Now we wait for Azur to take a seat.
Let's see what are the cool things we got.
Azur has taken his seat. Lovely. All right. So we have a new orphan with us tonight.
Hello.
The very sneaky, the roguish Zadar, the ex-criminal.
He's a dragon.
Oregon!
Yes.
Call him Dovahkiin, for he is a dragon.
Last time we
He's
left
the
off
dust.
as the orphans accepted their first quest from Katara, the librarian. He received 12 interesting messages from a estate from Lady Vakis. They noticed that the lady was acting quite strange as magical problems seemed to happen at her estate, and she was unable to solve it. Now, being a high elf, they figured out that she could very well solve it, and she was a very accomplished wizard at that, so something as trivial as this wouldn't have been a problem to her. Maybe something more sinister, Katara thought. He has equipped the orphans for the wondrous, very cold journey through the hinterlands. While you are still there, you see a black dragonborn walk down, fully garbed in studded leather. Copper! I am sorry, Copper.
He used to be black. Now
He
he's
used
copper.
to be black, now he's Copper.
I got a paint job.
You got a picture. There you go.
Got that bronzer going on.
A copper dragonborn walks down. A copper dragonborn walks down on the spiral staircase that lovely Fred rolled down last session. No, you rolled up the staircase, didn't you?
I bounced.
You bounced up the staircase. Yes, I forgot. With your grubby chocolate fingerprints all
That
over.
was sweet roll.
I net
Prince.
20'd a
Yeah, your
An
concept.
acrobatics
save.
check.
Yes.
Yeah, I just bounced it all the way up.
Boing,
You
boing,
did.
boing, boing, boing,
All
boing.
right.
As the
So,
rest of us kind of look like what?
as you look up the staircase, you see the copper dragonborn with studded leather armor on, a fur cloak, which seems to be some kind of bear pelt. Katara says, "This is Zadar. He's been helping me lately. Fred, you know him.
I don't like him. He steals my books, bastard.
I know he steals your books, but you need to work together. This is important. This isn't
I
training."
know just as much as you do.
You get one chance, and then one after that. And most likely one after that.
Fair point.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
So it appears he's
Way
giving
too
you
forgiving.
3.
And then one after that.
I just
Probably
really
another
want to
after
say
that.
at this point,
That one.
friendship is magic.
Children. All right. Well, meet me at the gate in the morning. I'll have more information for you by then. But for now, Azur, I believe Caligat wants to meet you at the gate.
When?
He pulls out this stone and it like sways a little bit, and he kind of looks at it. About 10 minutes ago.
Figures. I go off to the gate.
All right.
For lack of anything else to do, I'll go with him.
He's already helped me, so I might as well follow him.
You got a posse.
Okay, is
Congratulations.
just
In
everyone?
case he gets
Is just
hurt.
everyone going with him, or?
We're on friendly terms, so I might as well.
There's
Well, like if
about
he
a
likes
50%
someone's
chance
ass.
I'll get hurt.
I'll go with him.
I'm not.
Or hurt someone else.
Okay.
No, I can take
No,
care of myself.
no.
I'm worried
All
about.
right. Well, you know,
I'm
so
gonna steal another one of his books. I get another chance, don't I?
Katara just gets between you two. Oh, okay, stop with the books. You'll be fine.
I give it back.
See that infirmary over there? I filled it.
Oh, you need a graveyard?
I'll stick in the
And
library.
then gave everyone candy.
I'm
Katara,
gonna stick in the library.
Katara
and
says,
back to the ladies.
Katara says that there is a small section that if students wish to stay overnight to study more, they can. So it's open to you if you want to stay for the night.
Stay and read more about like where we're going, like the climate and what I can expect and stuff there.
Okay.
While they're discussing this, I'm just walking off.
Yeah, I know. Mordecai, Guppy, and Fred follow as they're to the gate. You see the Archmage Caligan standing there, not in his usual robes, the ones that have white fur around them that seem to have a little red tinge on it, as if it's enchanted in some nature to keep him more warm. And he looks over to you and says, "Ah, tonight is a cold night indeed, but that happens when you try and make a pact. As we have stated before, we know what you want, and we know that you want to get rid of that fire on your head. So you get to meet the person, or I should say, blade, that you'll make your pact with." You see him kind of like tap his staff on the ground, and the city gates open up, and you see off in the distance there seems to be just a raging blizzard down the pathway. Doesn't seem at all to be in the city, just specifically down the pathway. And he looks at you and says, "It will be quite chilly," and he looks at everyone else. "I don't suggest you go unless if you plan on making pacts yourself."
Stay here, I will return.
You better.
Can I not go and make notes of
I like
what
you,
this
Guppy.
theme is like? I'm heavily interested in this.
You can, but I promise you that it would be very cold, and I can't really say how the blade will act when others besides the one who wants to make a pact is around.
This is my journey, Fred. Do not come.
I'm gonna grab into my.
And your pen and notebook. Take notes for me.
I just,
Wow.
I'm gonna reach into
Well,
my.
there goes our friendship.
I just reappear out of nowhere and just snatch both before he.
God damn it, give me those back!
Well, I mean, he saved them.
And I'm going to start chasing him.
I'm
I'm
gonna start
gonna-
sounding like Zoidberg.
Come on, dude. You gotta do it right.
Zoidberg's out.
Zoidberg's out. Okay.
Anyway, if I can actually get this out here, goddammit. I'm gonna reach into my alchemist satchel and hand him a healing draft.
Okay.
Use that if you have to.
I appreciate it, Mordecai.
Come back to us. And I'm just gonna walk back to the library.
You got it. I'm gonna solemnly start my journey. Walk down into the blizzard.
Okay. Caligan starts walking with you. Guppy, stay here. You would freeze.
I'll be okay.
Bring him back.
I'll bring him back. Don't worry. I'm fine. So we shall be fine.
You're fine with lady.
I'll protect the old man.
He kind of looks down at you. He kind of like taps his stick, and you see a bubble pop around you that kind of shields you from the ice that's pelting at us.
You'll have to teach me that one.
Maybe. So as you walk down the pathway, as you walk into the raging blizzard, you go completely out of sight as the gates to the city shut behind you. The raging blizzard spews ice shards as long as a foot towards us as they break at the shield as the storm itself rages on. You see that as we grow closer to the epicenter of it, the trees around it are completely just covered in ice, and everything around you is basically encased in it. You see that the ice has a black tinge to it, as if some kind of demonic presence is in it. As we grow close enough, you see the epicenter. There's a blade, a great sword that has an icicle-like shape on the end of it. On the upper half of it, you see that it kind of like curves around into kind of a face. And as you grow closer, you see that in the middle, where the pommel is, an eye pops open. And it looks at you.
Can we make it not a great sword?
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
Okay. Any type of martial weapon.
So
That's required for some of my abilities.
So
Great swords are martial weapons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I'm a D&D noob. All right, Joe.
That is very much
My bad.
You see the great sword stare back at you, and Caligan says, "Go up to it. You'll be fine."
I slowly start walking towards the sword, very cautious of my surroundings.
As you walk out, you notice that yourself you leave the bubble that Caligan is in, and you see that your hair just instantly goes out. But it doesn't seem to reignite while you're around here. And the sword kind of just stares at you as you grow closer to it. You can see it has like a bloodshot eye as it just basically stares into your soul. Eventually, after a few minutes, you fall into a trance as you see kind of in your mind's eye a spirit of a warrior that stands there holding the blade. I am the spirit of Ebenchill. Who are you?
I am Azar Derek, warrior of the orphanage.
Ah, an outsider, even here on the material plane. Caligan has told me that you wish to make a pact with me.
I want my fire gone.
And you shall have it. Now come, pierce yourself upon the blade.
I slowly step forward, letting it pierce my abdomen.
As you do, you kind of like snap back to reality and see that the ebon chill itself is actually in your abdomen now. You feel kind of a force start going through your body as this necrotic energy starts rippling through it. You fall to your knees in pain and then eventually passing out. My, you're always so rough with them. He's stronger than the rest, though, Caligant. Watch him. He'll amount to something someday. With that, the blade vanishes. Caligant picks you up. The ice storm itself fades away. And he walks back to town. You see him tap his staff on the ground as he opens up the gate. And everyone who's waiting by the gate sees Azur in his right arm carrying him while he's walking with the staff.
Infirmary? He gets the great sword now, right? Does he get the great sword?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Here you go.
He looks over and says, this one won't be healed by normal means. It's a pact mark that will remain with him as long as he remains bound to Ebenchill. He should be awake by morning, though, but I will watch over him for the night. Thank you, Guppy. You're laid in,
You said there's a mark on him?
yes.
I'm going to copy that mark and rush off to the library.
Okay.
I'm going to look for every piece of information I can find on it.
The mark itself, from where the blade inserted it, has turned into kind of an eye shape. And you see that from the eye shape, there's two distinct blue lines that kind of form a circle around it.
Alright.
I'll get to the actual image to you eventually. And I'll post the actual image on the Facebook page. If you haven't followed it yet, please follow it. As the night passes by, from everything gained, Velye, you've learned that the hinterlands often very hard to find food, so you know that in the upcoming days or the upcoming night, you've told Katara that you'll need extra food rations in order to survive. It's being able to find wild vegetation there is very difficult during the winter time, unless if you're adequate at hunting. Amongst that, you also know that there's a few wild creatures there that come out specifically during the nighttime, so you know that traveling at night might not be advisable. There's also different legends of different creatures that live there, and you know that there seems to be a white wolf that can be seen sometimes that guides travelers.
Okay.
You also with your research, have found that possibly you might have found what maybe has possessed the lady of the estate.
Ooh.
You read a passage that there is a vengeful ice spirit that comes during the winter equinox that different people can make pacts with, called a Yukiona.
Oh no. Great. Here we go.
Sometimes the spirit's very benevolent, other times it's malicious. It depends really on the hour that they make the pact. It seems that she made it at the wrong time.
Great.
Fred, you know Ebon Chill was a legendary blade that was used during the Great War between Tiamat and Bahamut, used by one of the Dragonborn generals. You know that Ebon Chill slayed 1,000 warriors in combat and eventually became drenched in their blood, which cursed its owner to perpetually live on in the blade.
Damn. On whose side? Bahamut or Tiamat?
It was used for Tiamat's side.
I'm gonna share my
So,
information.
would he actually be very bothered by the blade?
Somewhat, you'd be bothered by its presence, but you might feel a little bit off when you're around him, but nothing too bad.
So don't tell him anything about the blade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the others about the stuff that I learned.
I'm gonna
as
look
well.
into my diviner stone.
Okay. You look into your diviner stone. It kind of points out the gate that Callaghan went, where it's kind of like giving you a flash of an image of like a icy landscape, like something was there last night. As the morning finally arrives, you wake up in your dorm for what might be the last time for a while, and you look down to your chest and you see the eye symbol in your abdomen with the blue lines coming out of it, and you feel this power surging through you.
First thing I do is reach up to my head.
You don't feel any heat.
I feel no fire.
You feel kind of cold for the first time in your life.
Is it just hair or my bald?
You're bald.
You're bald.
Bald.
You're
Okay.
bald.
You are Hades right now. Whoa, is my hair out?
Yeah.
No, he's King Neptune. Bald!
Balls! Balls!
Just a great smile comes over my face, and for the first time in a while, I actually feel happy.
So is it like just all gone, or is it like ice or something? Or
No,
is
it's just
It's
all
out.
gone.
It's just
just all gone? Okay.
Kind of like suppressing the flame.
We gotta get you a hat now.
Yeah.
For a wig.
I mean, we're going somewhere cold. He needs a hat.
I'm gonna sit up and stretch and just kind of look myself over, check out the new tattoo.
the sweet tat.
You feel relatively as normal as a normal person could be after making a pact with a demonic blade. You kind of feel like this power like kind of surging around you.
I'm gonna try and channel that power and figure out what it's for.
You start channeling that power. You kind of feel the chill of death kind of wrap around you in a shroud, as even a fire against side would feel cold at this point. And you kind of see that in your hand, you start forming what would be an eldritch blast, and you see that it's kind of like an ice shard that's floating in your hand.
For the first time in my life, I shiver.
We've gone in very different directions. Death and ice, and then nature.
This is the direction that's supposed to lead me to you. So
You while doing this, eventually you take notice to
The way you worded it.
you take notice to the tall black figure that's hunched over in the corner, and you see kind of like this raven beak come out from his hooded form, and he says, "Ah, warlock you are.
Oh, it's Yoda.
Careful with power. Power may lead to destruction."
the power will lead to whatever I choose.
He nods his head. Of course. I know. But be careful.
Who are you?
Scree!
Scream!
Scree!
What are you doing here, Scree?
I'm a warlock of sorts, and I've heard rumors of someone making a pact with Evanchill. He's my master as well. As you can see him kind of like float out like a crooked like bird claw, and you can see the icicle forming is just like yours.
That doesn't explain why you're here.
Caligant has wished me to come here and warn you that sometimes warlock powers are beyond the control of mortal men. What he wants you to know is that sometimes the pacts can go south very fast. Your allies will be your greatest asset, and do not betray Evanchill, for you shall make an enemy of him and of me.
I will do my best.
He nods his head. You see, after a short moment after you get done talking, he kind of like just seems to be wrapped in shadow and then he vanishes.
So, who let in the Crow of Canehurst exactly?
Damn.
You said scree. I thought he was just like squawking. He wasn't actually giving a name.
Kenku
He was just squawking.
often name themselves after sounds.
But I thought you were just like squawking, like not actually giving a name. Just like,
Scree!
Yeah, my
It's the actual name.
My options there were Ornifex or the Crow of Canehurst, and I went the more sensible
I
route.
love artifacts, but she creeps me out sometimes.
She's a little creepy.
more references are dropped.
I'm gonna leave the armory. Or the infirmary.
Armory.
rather.
Okay.
You mean your dorm
You
room?
leave
You'll
the
probably
infirmary.
have-
Wherever I am, it is an armory.
You'll
Don't
probably
leave,
be passing
we
by
haven't
a
finished
pet
game
shop.
yet.
You leave the infirmary. As you do, you make your way back over to the gate where everyone's already waiting for you. You see Azur walk up, and his flame is not there anymore on top of his head.
As I'm walking up, I'm just gonna kind of start to run and do some spins and, be happy and jovial. Velye, look!
Is the sword on his person?
No.
Okay.
There's no fire,
Just
Velye.
call
Are
it
all
at
of
will.
us here with this?
Yes.
No fire. I'm all better.
In all honesty, I didn't think your head would still be shiny.
I'm sorry, but who
I
the
can't
hell
see
are
it.
you?
Boop.
Do not boot me. I will acid breath your fucking head off.
Damn, I can't threaten you with my hair anymore.
No, you can.
And
You
then
got
just why
rid
you'd
of
be
that
very
intimidation
uncomfortable
ability.
with him touching you.
I'm just happy.
Just
You know
some
what I'm saying?
random
I'm
bald
just-
person I don't know boosts me in my nose.
Velye is
I'm
just
a
very
zombie.
like confused
Kirby
and just
jumps
like,
in, "New time."
what is going on? Please no. Like, what?
I'm going to
It's me, Azar.
I'm going to attempt to grab you by the shoulder and pull you aside from the main group.
I'll go with you. What's up, Fred?
I just want to make sure you know who you made a deal with. Just be careful what you do with this thing. It's served a very evil lord.
I'll be fine. I know what I'm doing.
I'm going to
Famous
tell
last
them
words.
whatever I learned out of the books.
Okay.
Have
Famous
anyone
last
been
words.
hearing any of this?
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
I made sure to stay well off his range.
Okay.
I was very careful.
So like they're by the gate, and you kind of went like way over to like the library or whatever.
That's a no.
That's a no. 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You strain to hear, but you can't quite hear it over Caligant's rambling and how you need to be careful and don't eat the snowberries again.
I'm hearing it again.
was once. Never again.
Meanwhile, I'm
It was,
no.
it was a
hat
good
on.
trip, but it was a
Get your
bad
hat
trip.
on. You definitely need a hat. Get your hat.
The first time I put a hat on, and I'm amazed that it doesn't burn.
Whoa!
Not ash.
I'm going to see him putting a hat on inside.
I'm gonna put on the cowl's literally like the bear mouth. It's like the bear's head.
I'm completely okay with that. The Caligant looks down and he says, "It fits you."
I'm going to question Caldad on this area we're going in and ask him what possibly aggressive races we may meet.
Isn't
Honest,
that part of the stuff that I learned?
Velye would be able to tell you about what you
I
could
said
encounter as for what usually you would find there sometimes is passing bandits, wolves, bears,
Just because guy. Just because.
the wolf of the spines, but as long as you don't tread near his lair, he should leave you alone.
I was
Sorry,
looking for
those?
specifically race. Like, if they were to see a hobgoblin,
He kind of blinks at you. The world is a large place. You'll run into many different races in many locations, young Fred.
okay.
I mean, fair enough.
Alright.
You might run into a traveler while going on the roads. They're sometimes common in the hinterlands. You might run into bandits. Those are sometimes common in the hinterlands as well. Oh, unless if you can speak dog very well, then I can promise you probably won't run into them.
Alright.
I don't think we should need to worry about running into wildlife then. Looking at Velye.
Velye is a very font of resourceful knowledge. The witch is very resourceful. He just kind of shakes his head.
Are you still sore about losing the bet?
He looks at you. My coin purse is still sore, Velye. My coin purse is.
I'm just gonna raise my non-existent eyebrow.
He looks up. Oh, Mordecai. The lady who wanted you to know that Snowball is making a good recovery and is no longer purple.
Well, at least we know the Tanglefoot bags wear off.
Does she have? Did Snowball take the snowberries too?
No,
He fell
Snowball
Snowball fell into one of my Tanglefoot bags.
and turned purple.
And the bubbles. Don't forget the bubbles.
Oh yes, yes. Have you ever seen bubbles come out of a cat's mouth?
No, but I would imagine it'd be hilarious.
Only when it's being held underwater.
Oh, God.
Sociopath.
Actually, yes.
Pretty sure I thought I was gonna get
With that addition, yes. Yes, I have.
He pauses. What am I getting myself into?
Oh no, you're raising Dragonborn.
We are going on a venture with these sociopaths.
No, guys. I watched.
I'll endeavor to keep them in line.
What do you take me for?
Okay,
boss?
Mordecai, I'll leave that one on you. You see him, I kind of raise his staff, and you see two guards up on the gate to the city, kind of like start winching out and actually open up the gate without using magic. And as you see down the line, there's about a dozen trees that are just solid icicles, and the entire path around them is just solid ice, and there's kind of lingering effect of Evan chill.
Well, I hope Ferdinand's okay.
Ferdinand hibernates for the winter, so Ferdinand is quite fine. If he was around, you'd probably say,
Hello, Ferdinand. Best character.
Snowball's a close second.
Yes.
Poor cat.
It's okay, Ferdinand will probably come in later episodes, but that's besides the point. I wish you luck on your journeys.
Hashtag breaking fourth wall.
Thank you, Caligon.
I'm an epic level wizard, I can break what I want.
I mean, fair point.
You're welcome. Now then, like Katara said, you're going to Lady Vakas's estate. We believe she is possessed, thanks to Velye's marvelous research last night, a Yuki-onna, or Lady of the Ice. They're benevolent and are merciless at the same time. It seems that this deal with it has gone south and has led to the possession of Lady Vakas. Be careful, as there's been rumors around that ice creatures are forming. Humanoid soldiers and wolves as well have been seen made out of ice after reconnaissance last night while you slept. So, pay attention to detail, as they're going to blend into the environment quite well.
You chose a real bad time to get rid of that fire.
I fiddle with the ice in my hand.
Thank God for 10-foot poles.
It's okay, I have fairy fire. I can make everything glow. You get your choice of blue, green, and violet.
Ew.
Powerful.
Oh.
Smells that cold.
I
Okay.
bundle up.
Well,
as
you
much
know what?
as I
I'm
can.
gonna scoff at your breathing.
Callaghan reaches far down into his pouch and he pulls out a raven idol. It seems to be made out of some kind of black stone. And he says, if you need for emergency to send a message to me, take this with you. Whoever proclaims themselves the leader of the group.
Snatch it as quick as I
No,
can.
I'm not letting him grab it. I'm not letting him grab it.
Arthur, you're shoving him up.
I abruptly steal that from her.
Try to.
Do you want to become a skeleton?
Gladly.
Okay.
You want to fight our paladin? Go for it.
You suddenly feel the flap of the end of a stick between your eyes.
Bastard.
Zadar! We're talking about this! No acidifying anyone anymore! That was your past life!
Guppy, could I see that for a moment?
See what?
Just because I'm
No,
not
no.
happy with it doesn't mean that I'll stop.
As they're arguing,
I
I'm
would
just
like
gonna
to-
walk forward and tell Callaghan I will keep them safe.
Okay,
I would like to magic item analysis the
You
totem.
can't control me.
sure. It's a raven idol.
Okay.
It tells them all
How's
the
it
natural
do?
effects. in it.
Raven idol has 10 charges on it. It can send cast a messenger for one of the charges, and the message goes back to the creator of the item.
Cool.
Alright, I'm gonna take it back from him. Wrap
So it's not
support around-
instantaneous. It does take time to travel.
Fair enough.
No, I don't
Wrap
have a
support
nose
around it,
anymore.
tie it around my neck.
Okay,
Yeah, how big is this idol exactly?
like that bag.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not huge.
Yeah, like that's what I was wondering. Is like, did she just put like,
Yeah,
is
it
it
was-
like this small or is it like this?
Yeah, don't worry. You can take the idol with you as he just wheels in a cart.
Fred, we got some work for you.
Don't you mean Goliath? He's the one with the strength.
I meant Fred.
He shakes his head. Now then, for your other quest. As you see representatives from each of the guild walk over, you see that the Iron Roses, the Circle, the Travelers, Healers of Aeus, and the Hunters come over. Or the Secrets of the Wild, all come over. And they each look to you. Who remembers what guild that they were in?
I
I don't think we had any
leader of the
secrets.
Iron Roses.
I have the lore insignia. That's all I know.
Yeah, I got
Yep, so
circle.
wizard.
I
can't
do not remember whatsoever.
Your circle.
Circle?
Circle's magic.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, well,
I'm
what's.
fine with that.
I can't remember.
You had the religious one.
Alright.
Yeah, you were the healer.
Alright.
You're in the church.
Yeah, I don't think anyone had the wild hunt one.
Yeah, no,
we
I
Oh
have
yeah. Oh yeah, no one did have Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt representative looks at all of you, hangs his head sadly, and turns around, petting his pet panther.
Kitty.
It's okay, Frederick.
I wouldn't mind playing a hunter. I'm just more interested in throwing goddamn explosive potions around.
It's okay. We have Mr. Noodle. We don't need a panther.
It's okay, Frederick. Maybe we'll get someone next time there's a graduation.
Keep them out of Tanglefoot bags.
He looks over and glares at you as he's a good friend of Snowball's. The Iron Roses, the leader of the guild, actually made her way here just to greet you. You see a woman, you see a human woman, 6 foot tall, long blonde hair going down her down her back. You see that she has gray, gold, and red armor on her. You see a great sword on her back that seems to radiate heat, making the outside not feel so cold anymore. And she looks at her. Who of you have become 9 rows?
Isn't that me?
Yeah. Just, I think,
These
right?
two, I'm pretty
That
sure.
would be
Did you write
I.
it down?
Ma'am.
I don't believe
My
so.
name is
He gave us
Sadar.
insignias. Is he circle or iron roses? Because he's warlock, but he's, laylock.
I'm pretty sure you went with Iron Roses.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Iron
Yeah.
Roses.
She looks at both of
Write it
you.
down.
She looks at both of you and says, good, we need good recruits like you. She pulls out 2 scrolls and she hands them both to you. I expect this done before you make your way back to town. Make sure they're a good trophy.
Very well. I hand one to
Barbarian, yes.
Barbarian.
He has a name.
I remember it was Corgi. Okay, Corgi.
Corgi.
Dollar Corgi.
I mean, Corgath, but Corgi.
I open it up and read it.
It just wants you to slay an adversary and bring back some kind of trophy.
Can you give
And
it to me?
she looks at you and she says, Zadar,
Oh, then he gave
your application went through? She looks around and she takes out some paper and scribbles on it. There you go.
I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna shrug.
Foul.
We just got it last night with paperwork. Anyways, the leader of the circle comes over. See a high elf. He's got these long robes on, and he seems to have a monocle on. His robes are blue, purple, and yellow, and you see he's kind of have like a top knot tied to his brunette hair, and you can see like these huge ears, and he looks. And who amongst you has joined the circle?
That would be the 2 of us, sir.
Just go watch a hobgoblin walk up.
He looks down and sees the hobgoblin, and he kind of like walks towards you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Don't worry. In the eyes of the circle, we're all brethren and sisters. Race is not a matter here."
I'm glad.
He takes out 2 elegant scrolls out of his robe, and he hands both of you.
It's showy, don't you think?
I'm going to take it and read it.
Yeah.
He wishes for you to find some kind of arcane knowledge for him, or something, or some lost lore.
Alright.
Are you gonna start doing this?
The follower of Aeus, this, a representative from the guild actually came. As the lady rarely comes out of her studies. You see this kind of dwarf, and he looks up to. Oh, you're a tall one, but I heard lots about you before.
Thank you.
They tell you how you're a good healer and such. You heal all types of wounds. The rest of you are lucky to have her. You better feed her well.
She leaves.
Is this an Italian dwarf?
Of course it's Italian dwarf.
Yes! I'm okay with this.
Problem with Italian dwarfs? Pulls out wine bottle. I'll drink you under the table.
I wouldn't doubt that.
He puts it out. But it looks at lady, you know how she is, secretive and such, and who would... She's so busy all the time. But she has told me much about you, and you're lucky to have her. Glares over at you specifically. It's okay, the light forgives all, and turns back to you. What I need you to do is keep these fools alive.
Zar kind of wants to throw down.
I feel like Italian dwarf will kick your butt.
As he pulls out a scroll that's in the scroll case, hands it to you.
Okay, I open it, read it.
It says that as well as keeping your allies alive, he wishes you to somehow cure Lady Vakas's conditions without lethal means, if possible.
That's gonna be a tough one. But I'll see if we can manage it.
Alright. You know what to say.
Question: who is our adversary that we have to target?
The one that I'm not supposed to kill.
Oh, and for your quest then?
Is
No, we just have to bring back any trophy.
Oi,
Except
didn't you
just
listen
looking
to
at
the
Minecraft.
woman? She'll kick your ass next time if you don't.
Oh, these are like the same
I'm
quests
sorry,
from.
she barely just gave me
the
something that was
Sunday game.
scribbled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except it won't be like with.
yeah. Let's not cut off a zombie child's head and bring that back up as a trophy for
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
show him the
Let's
scroll.
not get into
You
old
fucking
campaigns.
think?
I hand him back the scroll case.
He closes the scroll case. He kind of looks over. He kind of looks over at Mordecai and he's like, "Oh, tiefling, you're very rare around these parts too. Might want to hide the horns. It's said to be good luck by travelers. You might have some come after your head."
Then I'll blow them off a cliff.
"Oh, I like your spark there, boyo!" And he punches you in the thigh.
I'm just going to like. I'm pretty sturdy, so I can take that.
"Oh, good on you, good on you." And he walks away. You don't see a representative from the Lore Guild, but while you're all talking, you see a package float down. You see a little parachute pops out of it, and it kind of like floats.
I'm just
And it lands in front of you.
I'm just gonna snag that into the
You're
air.
getting Hunger Games.
Yeah,
Or
I'm gonna
some days
I'm gonna
die.
I'm gonna
That's
snag that
it.
out of the air and open it.
Okay. You open up the you open up the package. As you open up the package, there seems to be a little magical spell. You hear some kind of like cogs turning in the box as you see a little hologram. Boop,
Oh my
On it.
gosh.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
There is no help for you.
You see an elvish woman standing there. She has these like kind of like steampunkish looking clothes all over her, and she has a very dapper top hat. And she,
Magic Wars, where's that, man?
well, it seems that we have another one who wants to join the Lore Guild. Well, we don't have a place here yet. They won't allow us because explosions and whatnot, and the occasional golem escape, and the occasional burning of a building. Anyways, that's besides the point. What I'm looking for is schematics. I want you to find something good, something juicy, something awesome. And don't explode it. You see, as the message ends, the gears kind of stop, and you see them kind of like fold up and move to the side, and you see it's kind of like a care package, and then you see on the note, once the schematic is found, you put it in the box, and the box will be transported away.
Well, here's
I'm keeping that box on hand for various reasons, but yeah, okay. How's my item
Make
list?
sure it doesn't explode.
What is it with you and explosion?
There is a little sticker at the bottom that says, "There is a chance for explosion upon use. Please be careful. Read instruction manual." You realize there is no instruction manual with it.
Oh shit.
When the hell did I fall in with the Alchemists Guild from Ankh-Morpork? What the hell?
That's why I have a thing with explosions.
All right.
It's all about experience.
Does
boys.
Guppy have the raven or do I?
I have
Guppy
the
has a
Raven. Okay.
I
Guppy has
didn't
the
let you
raven.
grab it, remember?
There's a tussle.
Yeah, there's only two of us that would really be a leader, and it'd probably be you
All
and
right.
me.
As conclusion, the Lore Guild is done. You make your way outside the gate. As you look, you see that the path is iced over from where Ebenchill was, and you can see where the Epic Center was. There's still kind of a residual necrotic energy that's there. You can all kind of feel it as you pass over the road, kind of like this kind of like twingy, like I don't want to be here kind of emotion, and you wander on.
How
Do
does
I
it make
feel
him
at
feel?
ease?
Yeah, you feel pretty cool.
So we all give you weird ass looks. We're like, what the?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's still jovial and his hair's out.
Which is weird enough on its own.
I'm just thinking, we're off to see the
I'm still
wizard.
dragging myself. I'm just dragging myself along the road.
Dude, not funny.
What do you mean?
I see what you did there. I know what you did there.
So,
That actually wasn't supposed to be a pun, but thank you for pointing.
so as you continue onwards, you know to take the lower path in order to go towards the hinterlands. You know that when you get to the hinterlands, though, the man-made roads stop about halfway into it. The manor that you're seeking is some distance into the main hub of the hinterlands, which is called the Emerald Forest. Right now, it is currently frost over due to the Yukiona. From your research, you know that their layers within 50 miles of it are normally completely iced over. It'll make travel somewhat difficult. So, go down the pathway, and you hit your first group decision.
Okay.
Woo.
There's a sign that says that there's 3 different pathways. As you pull out your map, because Caligant has given each of you a map, in case if one of you loses the map, because he's had that happen before, and he's had to send search parties to find these adventurers. As you each pull out your map, you see that the first path that veers off to the left goes up into the mountains, the spines of the world, which creates a natural barrier to the northern region. It's very cold up there, but scarcely populated. You know that this would be a safe path, but very treacherous, as a fall from the spines could easily kill even the most bold adventurer. It's called the spines. As you look up, kind of looking like almost serrated dragon teeth make up the entire mountain. The lower path.
My home.
The middle path, you know that is unfortunately inaccessible at this point, unless if you wish to be brave, maybe stupid souls to try, is a river that runs through the region. You know that it could take you pretty close to the center of the hinterlands, and you know that the river would be frozen over by now, but if you crack the ice, there's probably not, you're not coming back from that.
Well, let's see. Average of 260 pounds?
235.
Yeah.
And the Goliath, a full 100 pounds higher than that.
Knowing as
can't
much as I do
walk
about his sword, would I know if it's able to freeze?
He doesn't have Eben Chill on him. He made a pact with Eben Chill.
Oh, so he can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eben Chill is the demon that he made a pact with.
And the final pass?
The final pathway leads you down into a cavernous system built by the dwarves of this region. They are very friendly to travelers. They normally have underground cities. The problem with taking this path is it's by far one of the longest ways to get there. You're looking at the full length of your travel time being about a month and a half.
Alright,
Okay.
is there a way to do the river with just staying along the banks?
There is a way to do it. There is a bridge, but you would be walking along the river the entire time.
And did my reading tell me any advice on any of these paths?
You know that the nearest bridge, if you walk following the river east, that eventually you'll hit a stone bridge, which you can easily cross over to the other side with no problem at all, as it's definitely kept up in its maintenance, but it'll take you about a week to get there.
And how long would the spines take us?
I have an axe.
The spines,
I'll make a bridge.
the spines remain much unexplored, as sometimes there's creatures up there that what you and anyone else in the city would know that are yetis, and sometimes they descend from the mountains, and travelers have a tough time dealing with them, as well as ice trolls and sometimes the occasional giant bear.
Alright, so river with him building a bridge, because he wants to build a bridge. Or through the Dwarven City. The Dwarven City will take longer.
It would be a lot safer though.
I think considering
Why not
what we
the
know about-
mountains?
For obvious reasons.
Who knows? There might be a city there.
There is roll a history check.
Who?
Anyone want to help me?
Him.
Just him?
Yep, just him. This idea.
17.
Oh, with your knowledge of starting under Kataro, you.
Oh wait, plus 5. 23.
Okay.
He gets to know.
With studying under Kataro, you had a very keen observation on lost civilizations. You know that in the spines, there's actually rumors of dwarven cities that have been left to their own machinations when they have been abandoned once Draugr have come up from the undergrounds to retake it. But you know that that was some years ago, so possibly it might be abandoned. You also hear tales of riches there as well.
Yeah, Draugrs probably are still there.
Honestly,
I highly doubt they're gone.
I think we should go for the mountain pass because I'm assuming it's going to be faster than the rest
And
and
it's safer.
It's also it's
possibly
dangerous.
safer.
Presumably
But the
safer.
danger also takes care of most of our goals. An ancient abandoned city probably going to have magical artifacts. Yetis and giant bears, trophies for them. And the faster way to get to the lady, a faster you can possibly save her.
That's
Does-
not my only goal. My only goal is my other goal is keeping all of you alive.
Good luck.
So we
There
say
are
that's
snowberries on
to be
that.
fair, in a lot of ways, that's all of our goals.
Yeah, and a demon possession, I can't see her surviving very long with that. I think the faster we
I
get to
doubt
her,
the demon would
the most
want
likely we can save her.
I doubt the demon would want to destroy its vessel, though, too.
It's also worth noting that we've
Someone-
received multiple messages over months.
If a demon was able to possess someone as skilled as her, I doubt he would want to let go of such a powerful vessel anytime soon.
So that's for the spine. We'll do this as democracy style.
All for the spine.
Yep, I vote for this one as
I
well.
agree with Fred.
I guess we're doing this fine then.
Guess so.
My apologies, ladies.
You hear in your mind that never split the party, but you could if you want to.
Oh,
Oh god,
No.
I don't care.
Things that go well never include splitting the party.
don't you know?
That's always an
that's
option.
the party.
Let's go Scooby-Doo style.
Let's not.
I don't care if
Well,
I
then in
know
that case, it's gonna be the party with the two girls that doesn't get to see the monsters. So you know what? I think we're fine.
Druid healer.
Yeah, you got all the heels over there.
It's always Scooby and Shaggy that find the monster first.
Admittedly, but they're going to be the ones walking into a bandit clan, I can almost guarantee you.
The faster we get there, the faster we can return. And don't worry, I'll protect you.
Oh, okay, so say
Easy down, hothead. You're getting a little too big for your britches.
He's wearing breeches.
I'll protect you.
He is indeed wearing breeches.
They're comfy.
You travel up the spines, you look behind you as you ascend higher and higher on the pathway that is ancient compared to the rest. As you look down, you finally get a more of a flat path at about the 400 feet elevation mark. You see that as you get there at the start of the road, to the left, you see that there's a small prayer shrine with a bell there. You see that there's gifts left there under what seems to be a god of probably ice or mountains, one of the two. You see a snowflake as a symbol that's etched into the stone.
Nothing sketchy about this yet, guys.
I'm gonna leave 10 gold at the shrine.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave 7
Yeah.
silver as well.
Pray for safe travels.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna leave enough
do you
for a
follow
toad's
do you follow the ritual that's carved on the stone, in which you leave it, then you kneel before it, then you ding the bell?
Yes.
Same.
Okay. You both gain resist. You both gain. What's that stupid spell?
Wait, I'm also gonna.
You hear things happening, now suddenly you wanna do
You both
this.
gain.
I wanted to, but.
You both gain warmth 4. Dun, dun, dun.
How much damage did you do?
You both gain the warmth spell that will last for 5 days.
5 days? Okay.
Sorry, what?
Worked for
I
5
imagine
days.
it's more that you put something than the quality of it, though.
Okay, I was just kind of sad because son, so roll 10 gold. You get the
I
same
did
thing.
10 gold as well.
Doesn't discriminate. Just- if you do the ritual,
One copper. No, I'm just
This
kidding.
might
I don't
do.
believe it.
I'm not particularly religious, so I'm just not gonna bother.
Yep,
No,
it's
that's
ours not
always
either.
very religious.
you feel a bit warmer in this quiet, as if you're kind of near like an open fire or something right now.
Nice. So we're cozy.
Didn't need you for your hot head anyways.
Kind of missing my fire right this very moment. I'm glad it's gone still.
Okay, so what is the one?
It'll be okay if you go in water.
Warmth makes it so that
Okay,
you
you want
oil.
are accustomed to cold climates up to negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so we just don't have to worry about
Okay,
like,
then just don't make
tundra.
me hot-headed.
You don't have to worry about freezing
Yeah.
to death at night.
Yeah. Cool. For 5 days.
That means we have to worry about freezing to death.
Have fun with that.
Alright, going to this guy real quick.
It is at this point that I'm beginning to regret
Fine, you
not
can
getting
be big spoon.
alchemical fire as one of my abilities.
I'll leave a goal, Neil, ring the
Sometimes
bell.
being the religious people in the group is very useful.
I'm not necessarily religious.
You ring the bell.
I'm just very
As
respectful,
you ring the bell,
respectful
it
of all religions.
things. You gain
because
warmth for 5 days.
I don't mean that
I just don't want to freeze to death considering I'm a fish.
Velye's got
Yeah.
I'm cold-blooded.
Yeah. So, the end of the 3rd episode. Eldar has joined the ranks.
Zadar.
Zadar. I'm gonna get your name wrong so many
Oh my
times.
God.
I'll eventually get it right. It's okay.
Schnitzel.
Azar has made his pact with Evan Chill and has met Scree.
I did not like Scree.
Too bad.
We'll
You've
get
all
some
gained
buddies
your
and that'll be a
quests
murder.
for your guild, and that'll be about then. Tune in next time when they shall possibly meet their first encounter. See you next time.
Ba, ba,
Like,
ba.
subscribe, share, leave a comment.